right? Then all the problems kind of go away per se.
I know
So
it's hard.
that's
I know
things.
it's hard to get into them Suboxone doctors too, though, because there's only few in the state and this and that. So they don't make it easy to get into them damn doctors.
To make it hella easy to like, prescribe 120 Percocets a month, but like you try to get into like see a Suboxone doctor, and it's a huge thing.
It is.
So I mean, you can talk about like, I mean, there's a whole other podcast about like, the stigma that comes along with treating opioid addiction and alcohol use and substance addiction in general. That comes along with that. So I've had, all of my patients, Suboxone patients, they'll tell me like, pharmacist gives me a dirty look. They're asking me why I'm picking this medication up. And it's like, yeah, I'm taking a medication so I don't have to illicitly use another substance. You should be applauding me. Say thank you for using this instead of me. And then the next person they'll hand 300 Percocets to and be like, sure, oh, here you go. And again, not to say that they're like, those people are not having legitimate uses for this stuff, but like at the same time, it's like,
still,
we have to understand that. Yeah.
So what about them shots, man? You see anyone doing good with them alcohol shots? I forgot what they're called. I got some clients taking those.
Oh, Vivitrol. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vivitrol.
Have you seen it? Because I guess I'm asking these questions because a lot of folks that are neurodivergent, the comorbidity with addiction is extremely high, right? For coping, regulation, all that. So I got clients that are on certain things, Suboxone, that Vivitrol.
Yeah.
And I've seen it help, but then also, do they keep going and get the shot? Do they keep taking this Suboxone?
Yeah. And ultimately that's what the idea is. Like, so what I do for alcohol is what's called the Sinclair Method, which is the same medication that's in the shot, the Vivitrol shot. It's an oral pill. And you take it an hour before drinking, and what it's supposed to do is interrupt the reward process that comes along from the alcohol.
Okay.
With the idea that if you're motivated to stop drinking and you behaviorally learn that like alcohol is not giving me what I need from it, it's not giving me pleasure or joy, I'm not getting anything from it, why will I keep drinking? And that's part of what I do. And that works 60 to 70% of the time for people.
Okay.
Versus again, 90+ failure rate with like go to AA and detox. And ultimately, like all this stuff with like addiction, substance use is like, what is the underlying cause? Like what is the reason that somebody is using the substance? Is it depression? Is it anxiety? Is it untreated ADHD? Is it autism? Is it loneliness? Is it something else
Trauma
that's contributing to this trauma, right? So if we treat that underlying issue, right, I put people on stimulant medication for untreated ADHD that they were self-medicating with nicotine and alcohol and cannabis, and all of a sudden those things drop away, they fall down, right? People don't use these things as much, right? We know this with ADHD people that they start smoking nicotine at an earlier age and they take the longest to quit, right? This is the data, that's the research that's out there. They get into the things like cannabis and alcohol earlier and they have a harder time getting away from it. Trauma, we know this, right? Like that's just how it's the self-soothing that goes along with this. So if we're able to fill that void with proper treatment, whatever that is, whether it's medication, whether it's therapy, whether it's connection, whatever, they're less likely to use these substances in the other parts.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of my ADHD folks, man, it's not even the fucking nicotine anymore, kid. It's the fidgeting and the oral stimulation, the fidgeting, right? And they just miss the thing, and the crash outs and the anger that they get after they quit stopping smoking is nuts.
I've helped people get off everything, anything, right? And everybody will tell you the same thing. Nicotine, stop, smoking cigarettes, nicotine is the hardest to get off of.
I agree.
They all say the same thing.
Yep. What you got for us, Spence?
I like to ask this question to most of our guests. Is there like a film, a book, or a piece of music, any type of media that's just shaped how you see the world?
That's a good question. I mean, right now, the movie we're talking about has been really helpful. I like, like I said before, since it was interesting because I watched it, I'd seen 28 years later, the night before with my movie buddy, which is a great movie on like grief and loss and everything and acceptance of grief and loss and life worth living and all that fun stuff. in, the midst of the zombie apocalypse and great, terrible tragedies and huge losses. And then I watched this the next day again with my daughter on my couch, my 2-year-old daughter, and it just like again it blew me away. So for the last month and a half, 2 months, I've been just like obsessed with this movie and the soundtrack. It's just very, very positive, uplifting, and even though we're talking about demons and shame and all this stuff, like it's about recovery and hope from this. So I think it's really, really fantastic.
It is.
Big fan of it.
You said you also wrote an article that's getting published in the APA. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so talking about shame in this movie, like I was like, I'd been doing some movie reviews for America's APA through their newsletter they put out. I've done like for the Iron Claw about wrestling and about male mental health, the Substance talking about addiction. I did about Thunderbolts as an accurate depiction of like mental health and bipolar disorder. It was a cool opportunity. I talked with Paul Jenkins, actual creator of The Sentry, the main character in the Thunderbolts movie. And we talked about like his background and how he got what kind of shaped him creating the Sentry character and all the stuff that came along with that, and how it was like he made a comic book character who has schizophrenia and agoraphobia, and in the film adaptations like bipolar disorder. But like, yeah, it was a cool opportunity. So
awesome,
I watched this movie and then I was like, it like hit me on such a level that like I unpromptedly just wrote this article. I sent it over. I was like, I wrote this article. Nobody asked me to do it, but like, you guys gonna run with it? And they're like, yeah, we'll take it.
That's fucking awesome, man. That's awesome. Spence, that's a big deal to get published in the APA. That's a big deal. That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah. And it's something fun that you get to do and merge your worlds.
That's, I joke around like when I'm talking with like students and residents, I was like, I haven't done any kind of like scientific research or anything like that, but the publications that are to my name are movie reviews to the APA.
Fucking hilarious.
And that's my contributions to academia is the movie reviews that I've written and
how
we
pop on fucking Netflix.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, what's this guy do? He wrote for K-pop Demon Hunters, and
that's
his. When I'm applying for like directors or something, they'd be like, "What's your research?" I was like, "Oh, I research K-pop Demon Hunters. Don't worry."
What's your publishings? My God, it's just him dancing.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
It was funny because like one of my Instagram followers sent me like a reel of like, what's it like to be a K-pop Demon Hunter dad? It's like the first time you're like the first reel is like the guy's in the kitchen. He's like, what is this? And he's like kind of intrigued. The second time he's like on the couch and he's bopping along. Third time he's like in the get up and the outfit and the girly outfit and doing his whole thing. I was like, I'm not quite there yet. But like
the third time he's a fucking Minnesota Vikings cheerleader. I'm sorry. Oh man,
it's a good one coming from a Lions fan.
I know.
Your whole city can't even drink water. That's fine.
Oh my
Anywho,
God.
let's move on. Gosh, it's terrible there. Anywho, let's talk about the movie. Why not?
We got a lot to get into.
Yeah. So, do you want to give us just like brief background of the movie? Me and Nas haven't seen the movie, so
oh man, you guys need to watch it. You guys should watch it.
Oh, I'm so scared. I can't do
it.
I watched Inuyasha. I already know what happens. Once you watch that, you're like, I've seen this before.
So K-pop Demon Hunters, it's a little background on it. So it was made by Sony Pictures Animation and Netflix. They collaborated on this. Sony Pictures Animation, most well known for doing the Across the Spider-Verse series. So just to kind of give an idea of like the quality of the movies, the studios that are producing this is their latest one. And it's a story essentially of a K-pop group. There's 3 of them. Rumi is the leader, Zoe is another one, and Mira is the other one. Those are the 3 of them that are there. And really in the story, they tell like there's been generations of these singers, of Korean singers, that they use their voices to protect the world against demons. So on one side, they're pop stars, right? And then on the other, by day, they're pop stars, and by night, they're demon hunters. So hence the name K-pop Demon Hunters. So there's the latest trio of them. Called Huntrix. They are about to do what's called sealing the Hun Moon, which will seal the demons into hell forever so that they can no longer cross into the world and feed off the humans.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Check out the full episode on our channel and anywhere you find podcasts. Also, remember to like and subscribe. Whoop whoop!